Just telling you, life would be so much easier if you stay true to yourself.
If it wasn't for Tony,
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming back with a new video, a new topic, and this topic is going to be an inspirational video. You know, I'm trying to move my channel in new directions. I did a topic like this before, but that was way back when nobody was really watching my channel, you know, but it's all about the growth. You know, it's all about the growth. And I just had this inspirational video idea. I've been holding it in for a while, and it's just a revamped version of the one I did a while ago. And basically, it's all about staying true to yourself. And even with all the peer pressures and the social medias and everything convincing you not to, this is just my take on it, you know? Because right now I'm 25, right? And I feel like mid-20s is like a perfect age of where, like, you know yourself, but you're still on that journey. It's all about the journey.
it's the journey.
I mean, you should know yourself by 25, but you still have so much more life to live. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like looking at the analytics and everything, and from the messages I get, there's people younger and older in my age who watch me, and I'm like, wow, you know, YouTube is very powerful because you reach all demographics, you know? And being 25, I grew up in an era where there was no social media, and when social media first hit, and at its peak, and it's still getting bigger and bigger. So I feel like I can give both perspectives, and I can tell the difference between how social media has really changed people's perception and people's perspectives and the way you're supposed to live and certain lifestyles you're supposed to have and the goals you're supposed to have and couple goals and all this stuff. And it's just like, wow. And I even have my own personal story with social media I'm gonna share with y'all that really ties everything together to where I'm at right now in life, you know, and the way my mindset is. Because you know what I know with social media is that I feel like so many people, they live vicariously through celebs on social media or influencers, or, you know, those people with the blue checks. We call it blue check social media, where it's like they're not celebrities, they're not famous, but, you know, they have a nice body. You know, they got a attractive face to the masses. So it's like they got all these followers and la la la. They can post a video of them washing their hands. They gonna get a lot of views, you know. It's because it's them, you know. And it's just like, wow, seeing, and I get it because, you know, everybody has their own thing. Because, you know, just like I love Ali, I love Michael Jackson, some people look up to people on Instagram. I mean, I'm not telling nobody who to look up to or whatever, but it's just like, wow, just seeing the changes and just seeing the way social media has affected people and even some of my friends, and seeing like what they post, and I'm just like, you know how they are in real life, but on social media they act a certain way or they put it on a certain image, and you like, I went to school with you. What are you doing? Like, stop. But it's like, I know people grow up, people get mature, people change their, you know, they change the way they are or whatever. Another thing I see is where people post about celeb goals or this and that. It's like being a certain celebrity couples are seen as goals. And in a way I get it, but then in a way I'm like, no, you should have your own goal. Like, you know, you shouldn't look up to a celebrity couple as a way of life or as a way to have a relationship. You know, that's what I'm just like, that's where it gets a little off to me. But this is where people start losing their way because they feel like, you feel like this is the goal, this is what I want to attain. And half of these celebrity couples are not even really couples, it's just for business. Or they be fighting like cats and dogs, you know, cows and hogs behind the scenes. But on social media, it's, but then 6 months down the line, TMZ is posting a video of them fighting. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, this is for all my single people out there. If you're in a relationship, congratulations. But this is for all my single people out there. You feeling like, oh, you're not good enough, or it's you, or what's wrong with me? You see everybody else around you in a relationship, and you feel like, you know, like you, oh my God, there's something wrong with me. Like, why can't I? You feel like a hopeless romantic, and you just get in that mindset where it's like, you know, you feel like something's wrong with you because you see this one, all your friends, this one having a baby, and you be like, you know, you feel like, what's wrong? But it's like, you know, sometimes the best relationship you could have is with yourself. And this is from personal experience. Sometimes the best relationship you can have is with yourself. The best peace you can have is being by yourself. To me, I always say being in a relationship is a job. Just like how when you originally have kids and you raise kids, being in a relationship is a job. So don't go rushing into a relationship just to put on this image. Not saying that anybody watching will or do or has been or has did in the past, but don't go rushing into relationships just to put on an image, just to post with your boyfriend and girlfriend on social media, and then it's like, y'all really hate each other. Like, oh, look, I'm in a relationship now. Like, I've seen people do that, and it's just like, sometimes you gotta stay true to yourself. If you're not ready to be in a relationship, if you're single, embrace it, And it is what it is. And like I always say, when the right one comes along, the right one will come along. That's all I got to say about that. And with my personal story with social media is like the gratification you get. And I get it because it's like, I remember when I first joined Instagram. This is back when I was in high school, when Instagram was really becoming big. And I first joined Instagram, and you follow people you go to school with and all of that, right? And then I remember I used to post. I had this thing where I used to post pictures every day. Every day I come home from school, I used to take selfies and do this and do that and post pictures and all type of stuff. And I would look at my other, people I followed or my other friends or people that was at school, and I would see they would get 200, 300, 400 likes. I'm like, damn. I'm like, how she get 400 likes on a picture? Or I see they have 2,000, 3,000 followers, and I'm like, damn. Now I know she don't know all these people. How she get all these likes? How she get all these followers? And I remember I used to post pictures every day, seeing, how many likes am I gonna get? And I used to get like 30, 40, 50. I'm like, you get into that mindset. It's like, wow, this one is getting all these likes and followers, and I'm getting like the bare minimum. And it's like you start having all these things in your head, and my mind starts going places, and you start getting all these things. Like, mind you, at the time, this was high school. This is 8 years ago. My mindset has definitely changed from that. Just that gratification, the satisfaction of like, 100 people like my picture, like. And then after a while, you just realize it's like, so what? Like, if you get 30 likes, if you get 3,000 likes, who cares? If you have 3,000 followers, you got 300 followers, who cares? Follow people you enjoy, follow things you enjoy. Somebody want to follow you. Y'all know that whole process. But it's like, don't lose yourself in social media. Be yourself. Follow my Instagram, which I'll leave down below. If you want to, you realize that I post every 4 to 5 months. I'm telling you, back then I used to post every day, posting selfies and stuff, trying to see how many likes. Now, I don't feel the need to post every day, every week. If anything, I'll post on my story, But now I just post every 3, 4, 5 months, and if it's an occasion or if something happens or something big, or if I feel like it, I don't have that need to get likes. Or, oh my God, okay, I'm gonna post this picture. Let's see how many people like it. Like, after a while, I feel like for me, as I matured, as I got older, my mindset changed. You don't really feel the need for that gratification or that satisfaction of having 100, 200, 300 people like your stuff. Because it's like, social media is for interactions with your friends, people and meeting new people. But you shouldn't let your life revolve around it. Like I said, these influencers stuff, they get paid to look a certain way, act a certain way, portray an image. But like yourself, just embrace yourself, love yourself, post what you want, but don't get lost in it. Don't get lost in it. And another thing I want to talk about in the topic of staying true to yourself is watch the people you hang around. Watch who you give your space, time, and energy to. Watch who you call your friends. Because that has a lot to do with staying true to yourself. Because to me, here's what I'm gonna say. I'm like I think they call it an ambivert. I'm in the middle between the extrovert and the introvert. I'm in the middle. Depending on the person, depending on the energy they give off, I could be either or. Sometimes you have more extroverted friends, and it could be a little much sometimes. Sometimes you have more introverted friends where you have to do more of the work. You have to be the muscle in the friendship, because if it wasn't for you, y'all wouldn't even really talk. And sometimes you have that equal balance where it's like y'all both reciprocate the same energy, the same amount of level of friendship to where it's like a nice balance. It's a nice blend. It's a nice cooperation. Like, okay, we're in a friendship together. You don't feel like, damn, like if I don't call you, I'm not gonna hear from you. Because you're not gonna call me first. That type of thing. Watch who you call your friends. Watch the people you hang around. Watch the energy that you let around you, because that definitely affects everything that happens. The energy you give off is the energy that's gonna come back to you in whichever way. With a lot of friendships, it's like you have yourself, you stay true to yourself, but then it's like sometimes your friends can be toxic. Sometimes your family can be toxic. And even at work and different things. I remember being at work, at school, just out in public, you going shopping. It's a lot of toxic energy that you can be around. And you got to find that you stay true to yourself. You know how to maneuver around it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes things are going good. And then people start acting funny. People start moving different. The energy is off. And it's like sometimes you could be friends with somebody for a long time, and then all of a sudden it's an energy shift, or they say something or they do something that's kind of like, what's going on? And then sometimes another thing is, if you're not the type to do something, don't let your friends peer pressure you into doing something. It's like, that's what I said, watch who you call your friends, because if you a certain way, if you like a certain music, if you like doing this, you like doing that, and your friends start judging you, you feel belittled because you like doing something, those are not really your friends, Even at work and at school or wherever you are in life, in public, people perceive you a certain way. People like to test you. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. Like, for example, with me, for most of y'all, I can tell from the videos, and people that know me in real life or people I've gotten real close to, they know that I have a funny personality. I'm funny, charismatic, as some people said. And, I'm real chill, cool, funny, easygoing. I like to laugh. I like to joke. And I don't like drama. I don't like confrontation. And I'm just a blend of all of that, Like that chill. I'm a Libra. So I feel like I realize in a lot of my relationships, whether it's friendships or personal relationship, or even in my family, I'm like that one that balances everybody out. And I don't like conflict or none of that, right? Like, if I have to get into it, I'll get into it, but I don't want to. And sometimes people will test you, and sometimes people will try to bring you out of character. Like I said, they'll test you to see how far they can push you, because they know you're easygoing or you're chill or you're nice. Or they try to take advantage of you, or you gotta step inside yourself, not lose yourself trying to prove an image, or try to boost your own ego, like, oh no, nobody gonna mess with me, nobody gonna play with me. And I get it, because sometimes when people will walk over you if you let them, and you gotta fight against that. But don't lose yourself. Stay true to yourself, but don't lose yourself trying to prove something or try to, like I said, relationships that you can easily cut off, but you just gotta be willing to get them scissors. And you understand? That's all I'm saying about that. Like, watch the energy you let around you. And if you notice some energy shifts, you notice some changes, pay attention. Pay attention to red flags, either with your friends, family members sometimes. And I want to end this by even talking about my YouTube journey, which I've talked about many times before. But like, even with my YouTube, and YouTube is so ironic in a way, because it's like YouTube is all about being yourself. You building an audience, building a connection with people, building a brand, and whoever connects with you. Whoever want to subscribe, and it's all about being yourself, being your authentic self. But a lot of times you find on YouTube, people put on an image just because it's like, okay, what's trending? What's going to get the most likes? What's going to get the most views? And people put on an image, and people act a certain way on camera just to get that attention. And then you ever meet them in real life, you'd be like, a lot of people, they're so quick and thirsty to say something bad, or leave a negative comment, or the first sign of, they're supportive of yours, but the first chance they get to belittle you or say something bad, or they take it, And it's just like, with YouTube, that was my thing with starting. That's why I took so long to start my channel, because I was like, oh, people judge how you look, or people judge how you act, or how you talk, or, every little thing people want to pinpoint. Of course, over time, you build up a support, and you recognize faces, you recognize accounts who really genuinely show love to you, and I appreciate that wholeheartedly. But then sometimes you get them new people that come into your videos, and all of a sudden trolls. And this is going off of, and I say this because it's like, I do certain videos that's happy-go-lucky, and it's one thing. But then other type of video that might be more deep, and then all of a sudden it's all this backlash, and then people try to come in the comments and tell you about you. How you gonna come in the comments telling me about me on my video that you probably didn't even watch the whole thing of?
Oh my God.
So it's like, I noticed 5 different videos I've done over the past year and a half where it's like, it's a mixed reaction, and people try to come in the comments telling you about you, and it's like, I ain't never seen you on none of my videos before, but you gonna come into this one telling me about me? And then if I was some type of like, and if I didn't know myself, and if I didn't know my intentions, then I would have let every negative comment get to me, and I would have just deleted some videos and been like, oh my God, I would have stopped posting for a while, and oh my God, I'm getting so much backlash. But like I said, the love always outweighs the hate. And of course, every video is not going to be the most positive one. Every comment is not going to be the most positive one. But even with YouTube, you got to learn to navigate and realize, don't get lost. That's the thing, because as a creator, sometimes it's easy to get lost in the sauce on YouTube, trying to create and trying to see what people like, or trying to cater to your audience. Of course, you have a subscriber base, you have a support group. You want to cater to them in a way, because it's like, this is your subscribers. You want to give videos that they're going to enjoy watching, because other than that, it's like, what's the point, But it's like, don't get lost. Another thing is not to get lost doing it, not to get lost doing so. Staying true to yourself, your authentic self, where it's like, people come across your videos, they connect with you, they're going to subscribe, not because you tell them to, because they connect with you, because they can see you being yourself, they can see the authenticity. That's going to make them want to subscribe and hit the notification bell and be like, oh, I like him. Let me look at his other videos. Oh, let me look what he's going to do next. I'm interested in him. And another thing is like with image. And like I said before, piggybacking off the social media thing, where it's like, people have this self-doubt, or they have insecurities because, they don't feel like, it's certain looks, certain images that's seen as the most attractive, or if you don't have a certain facial features or a certain body, then it's like you feel, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, if you have the money, if you have the willpower, if you want to change something, change it. It is what it is. But my thing is to embrace who you are, embrace how you look, and it is what it is. I have a big head. I don't give a fuck. This big head has gotten me far. Sometimes I feel like my ears are a little funny shaped, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I can hear all the support. I know how to do my angles to make it look like I want to, and I can hear how to do them. I'm good. And certain things, it's like, if you have big nose, big lips, certain funny shaped head or whatever, or you don't have that perfect body, or you don't have that certain look that a lot of people get attracted to. At this point, it is what it is. Like I said, you gotta love yourself, stay true to yourself, and embrace yourself. And the people that's meant for you, the people that's meant to be in your circle, the people that's meant to be your friends, you'll feel it, Because to me, I'm all about energy. And I can feel when somebody's energy is off. I can feel when somebody's energy is changing. I can feel when somebody's energy is right. I can feel when somebody's energy is wrong. And when you stay true to yourself and you know yourself, even on the journey of self-discovery, you know what's meant for you, you know who's meant for you, and you know what's not. And I said all of this is in a nutshell to say, sometimes I know life is a process, life is a journey, and the journey of self-discovery is one of the hardest ones you might go on sometime. But the key thing is staying true to yourself, being authentic, not changing yourself to please people, not changing yourself to look a certain way, not changing yourself be more liked or to get more views, or ever since I was younger, one thing I can say about me that I'm proud of is, even with that whole social media era I went through, I feel like everybody goes through that era of social media, but whether I was in school or at work, even when I was younger, I always stayed my authentic self. I don't feel like I ever went through that phase where I felt like I had to change how I acted to fit in with a circle, to fit in with a group. With that group, if I didn't fit in with that circle, it's another shape for me over here to fit into. You know? Y'all know what I mean. Anyways, guys, that was just my take on staying true to yourself, be your authentic self, and not letting society and social media and all the distractions change who you really are just to fit in or please people. Just be yourself. I'm telling you, life will be so much easier. No, this is an inspirational video. I hope I didn't sound too preachy, like Reverend Turner, but if I did, there's nothing wrong with that. Let me know down below. What were your journeys of self-discovery? It might be inspirational to somebody else. You never know. You never know. And what are your thoughts on the way social media has affected people? Have you seen it? Do y'all know what I mean? When I say how y'all can see how social media has affected people, especially the younger generation that's now, it's critical. It's really critical. And related to anything I said in this video, let me know down below. This should be a really interesting discussion about staying true to yourself, the journey of self-discovery, and you're not letting all these outside forces change who you really are. This should be a really interesting discussion. I can't wait to read y'all comments and interact with y'all. And on my channel, there's a sense of community where we all feel where each other's coming from. So I can't wait to read y'all comments. Please, guys, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll see y'all in the next video.